Righto, so in this process of having a look at anything I might be potentially interested in, I had to tick off the big one on the list. These big Dodge Rams have always fascinated me. I've had a lot to do with big American vehicles over the years, but I must say that this is the latest and greatest as far as I'm concerned. They've finally got the conversion right. This is the mob you want to seriously consider having a look at. First of all, AusMV is a firm here in Brisbane that does the left-hand drive to right-hand drive conversion, and this is a beautiful job. It really is. This is the 5.7 litre Hemi V8, runs on petrol, pumps out about 556 maybe Newton meters of torque. So straight away you're thinking that's too thirsty for you, Roothy. You don't want that. You want to do lots of miles for not a lot of bucks because you're tight. And I guess you're right to a fair degree. Although this thing is actually achieving quite reasonable miles to the gallon. You're looking at 15, 16 miles to the gallon, which is kind of what you'd expect from a V8 Toyota Land Cruiser or something like that. At the end of the day, that's quite reasonable. Put a van on the back, which of course that's what these things were made for, towing, and of course you're going to drag a lot more out of it. But one of the things I know about towing with big vehicles is that if you've got a heavier vehicle up front, you can rely on momentum a lot more, especially with a heavier van. So the motor isn't working as hard as often. And of course, when a motor works hard, that's when it uses fuel. When it comes to towing, which is something I'm never going to do unless it's just a small camper trailer, I'm more a swag guy or something, you know. But a lot of people like big vans or even medium-sized vans. You know, the average van's over 3 tonnes now. This has 4.5 tonne towing capacity. I don't think you could buy a better tow vehicle for a decent weight van. The whole vehicle is set up to tow. They know what they're doing. It's got every conceivable sort of electronic gadgetry, so to speak, for the towing process. It's even got a camera just over the drawbar so that you can not only see it hitch up, you can check it while you're driving or any other time. What do they like to drive? Well, first of all, the Americans are very techy, okay? They did get to the moon first, and this is an exceptionally techy vehicle. Pretty much everything you would expect in any other vehicle of this generation, this thing's got. It's got the most comfortable seating around. You step up a fair way to get into it, but you can get around that. There's plenty of room for things, drinks, bits and pieces. There's just space everywhere, you know. And I guess that's the trade-off. I mean, it's 2.06 metres wide. It is a very big vehicle. Now, that means a couple of things, all right? First of all, it's always going to be an effort to park something like this. Of course, at the end of the day, if you drive something all the time, you get so used to it. It's like if you drive a B double, it's not going to be a problem. You'll be able to put it places that other people would think, oh, it won't fit. Okay, so I can tell you right now, I knew before I even tested this that it wasn't going to be for me, but I also knew what a brilliant vehicle it was, and especially for someone who's going to tow something really heavy. For me, I know from in the past, every time I stuck one in 4-wheel drive, especially low range, it was too big for most of our Aussie tracks. Most of our tracks are made for much smaller vehicles. So there you go. In summary, it's not going to do the off-road stuff I do, but if I was into vans, I'd have one in a flash. If I was into just profiling around town, I think I'd have one in a flash. You know, like, it's just an awesome vehicle.